Inside this enormous automated factory, thousands of footballs are produced every day for professional matches, training grounds, and major international tournaments. But before a football reaches the pitch, it must pass through an extraordinary combination of engineering, robotics, advanced materials, and precision testing. The process begins inside the factory's research and design department. Here, engineers use powerful computer software to create the ball's panel structure, surface texture, weight distribution, and aerodynamic performance. Every curve, groove, and seam is carefully calculated to make sure the finished football travels accurately through the air. Different prototypes are produced and tested using robotic kicking machines, high-speed cameras, and wind tunnels. Engineers compare how each design spins, rebounds, and moves at different speeds. Only the most consistent design is selected for mass production. Once the final design has been approved, large trucks deliver the raw materials to the factory. These materials include polyurethane, foam, polyester fabric, rubber compounds, adhesives, printing inks, and valve components. Every incoming material is carefully inspected. Technicians measure the thickness, strength, flexibility, and surface quality of each sample. Materials that fail to meet the factory's strict standards are rejected before entering the production line. The outer surface of a modern football is usually made from synthetic polyurethane. Inside a large extrusion machine, polyurethane material is heated and formed into a continuous flexible sheet. The hot sheet passes through a series of cooling rollers, which control its thickness and produce a smooth, consistent surface. Next, textured steel rollers press thousands of tiny grooves and raised patterns into the material. These surface textures help improve grip, control, and aerodynamic stability when the football is moving through the air. Beneath the outer cover, the ball requires a soft cushioning layer. Large blocks of polyurethane or EVA foam are sliced into thin, uniform sheets. Laser sensors measure the thickness of every sheet as it moves along the conveyor. The foam helps control the softness, touch, and impact response of the finished football. At another section of the factory, polyester fibers are woven into strong reinforcement fabric, and this fabric prevents the football from stretching excessively and helps it maintain its spherical shape after thousands of powerful kicks. The synthetic outer skin, foam, and fabric layers are now brought together. Automated spray systems apply a carefully measured layer of adhesive between each material. The layers enter a heated lamination machine, where large rollers press them together under controlled heat and pressure. The result is a strong multi-layer sheet containing the outer surface, cushioning foam, and internal reinforcement. The laminated material is rolled carefully and transferred into a climate-controlled curing room. Here, the adhesive is allowed to strengthen and stabilize before production continues. After curing, technicians perform peel strength and flexibility tests to make sure the layers cannot separate during use. The material is now ready for printing. Graphic designers prepare the football's colors, patterns, and panel arrangement using specialized digital software. The design must be positioned perfectly because the flat material will later be cut into curved panels and assembled into a sphere. The laminated sheet enters a high-speed industrial printer. Precision printing heads apply multiple colors while cameras monitor the alignment of every graphic dot. The printed material then passes through a heated drying tunnel. Transparent protective coating is sprayed across the surface to protect the graphics against water, mud, sunlight, and repeated contact with football boots. Once the printing and coating are complete, the material moves to the panel cutting section. Computer-controlled cutting machines use cameras to detect alignment. Marks on the printed sheet. The cutting head follows programmed paths and produces panels with extremely precise shapes and dimensions. Robotic suction arms lift the finished panels and place them into separate trays according to color, shape, and assembly order. Machine vision cameras inspect every panel for scratches, damaged edges, printing errors, and incorrect dimensions. Defective panels are automatically removed from the production line. The approved panel edges are then thinned slightly to create smoother joints. Robotic nozzles apply a narrow and consistent line of adhesive around each edge. Before assembly, the panels are heated and pressed inside curved molds. This gives them the three-dimensional shape required to fit around the ball. While the outer panels are being prepared, another production line manufactures the inflatable bladder. The bladder is the internal rubber chamber that holds air inside the football butyl. Rubber and other specialized compounds are mixed inside a powerful industrial machine. Until the ingredients are completely combined, the rubber is flattened into sheets and cut into measured pieces. These pieces are placed inside heated molding presses. Under heat and pressure, the rubber is vulcanized and transformed into a strong, flexible spherical bladder. Robotic grippers remove the newly molded bladders and place them onto a conveyor for trimming and inspection. Small. Self-sealing valves are manufactured separately. Each valve is inserted into the bladder and bonded securely using a controlled heat and pressure. The bladder is then inflated and tested for leaks. Some factories place the inflated bladder underwater and rotate it slowly while technicians look for escaping air bubbles. More advanced systems use pressure sensors to detect even extremely small air losses. Only perfectly sealed bladders continue to the reinforcement. Stage. Inside a high-speed winding machine, the inflated bladder rotates while mechanical arms wrap thousands of meters of polyester thread around it. The fibers cross in many different directions, forming a strong reinforcement network. This winding prevents the bladder from expanding unevenly and helps the football maintain its shape. The reinforced bladder is coated with a bonding compound and passed through a curing oven. After cooling, laser scanners measure its diameter and roundness. Now, the outer panels and reinforced bladder meet at the automated assembly line. The factory's tracking system confirms that the correct panels, graphics, and bladder have been matched together. Robotic suction arms lift each curved panel and position it carefully. Around the bladder, cameras inspect every joint and guide the robots with millimeter-level accuracy. The valve must align perfectly with the opening in the outer cover. Once all the panels are positioned, infrared heaters activate the adhesive. The partially assembled football is transferred into a precision spherical mold. The mold closes slowly around the ball. Heat, pressure, and internal inflation force the panels firmly against the mold walls. During this stage, The panel edges bond together and the football takes its final spherical shape. Unlike traditionally stitched footballs, premium match balls often use thermal bonding, which produces smoother seams and improved water resistance. After bonding, cooling water circulates through the mold. The adhesive hardens, the foam stabilizes, and the panels retain their curved shape. The mold opens, revealing a newly formed football. A robotic gripper lifts the ball and places it onto a cooling conveyor. The football now passes through a series of advanced inspection stations. High-resolution cameras scan the seams for gaps, wrinkles, raised edges, or excess. Adhesive laser scanners create a three-dimensional map of the ball's entire surface. Minor adhesive residue is removed using precision tools and soft finishing equipment. The surface is then cleaned by rotating brushes and filtered air. Production coat is applied near the valve, allowing the factory to trace the ball back to its raw materials.
Connections look good. Starting the retention test. Readings are stable, no pressure drop detected. Perfect. Monitor for the full duration.